In this special video, we will explore the philosophy of Stoicism, a school of thought that originated in ancient Greece and has been an inspiration throughout history, with notable figures such as Marcus Aurelius. We will analyze the relevance of Stoicism and facing the challenges of modern life. Examining the 20 fundamental principles of this philosophy is presented by Marcus Aurelius, one of its main proponents. These principles can change your perspective in the face of difficulties, providing you with tools to achieve serenity and maintain calmness in adverse moments. We invite you to stay until the end, where you will find valuable lessons to strengthen your plans against any setback. If this is your first time visiting our channel, we encourage you to subscribe and like the videos so that we can continue creating content like this in the future. Imagine being like a tree in the middle of a storm. Even though the leaves tremble and the branches sway, the trunk remains firm and rooted. This video will teach you about silent resilience, the art of staying strong in the face of adversity, and how to strengthen the resilience so that external and internal turbulence does not affect us. You will discover that true strength does not reside in the thunderous roar, but in the serenity of the light that illuminates our path. Dedicate yourself to this content, eliminating distractions and focusing on this learning process alongside us. 1. Prioritize listening over expression. This first principle, one of the cornerstones of Stoicism, highlights the importance of listening more than speaking. This concept, often associated with Epicurus, emphasizes the value of listening in a society where voices compete for attention, generating quick opinions and instant expressions. The ability to listen attentively and empathetically becomes an act of wisdom and self-awareness. Listening more than speaking not only demonstrates respect for others, but also promotes humility and learning. By quieting our own voices and making space for the perspectives of others, we broaden our understanding of the world and enrich our life experience. Attentive listening allows us to absorb knowledge, experiences, and different visions from our own, fostering deeper personal and collective growth. Furthermore, this principle teaches us about the importance of patience and reflection. Listening requires us to slow down our thoughts and reactions, allowing room for contemplation and consideration. This helps us formulate more thoughtful and less impulsive responses, facilitating more effective and meaningful communication. The practice of listening also strengthens human connections. When we feel truly heard, we experience validation and understanding, establishing a solid foundation for authentic and empathetic relationships, both personally and professionally. In an interconnected yet lonely world, the ability to listen becomes an essential pillar for building more united and supportive communities. This first Stoic principle, which emphasizes listening over expression, reminds us of the crucial importance of active listening in our daily interactions. It challenges our way of communicating and interacting with others, inviting us to adopt a more reflective, empathetic, and connected stance towards our environment. By putting this principle into practice, we not only improve our personal quality of life but also significantly contribute to the creation of a more understanding and harmonious world. Active listening allows us to understand others' perspectives and experiences more deeply, fostering empathy and strengthening social bonds. Furthermore, by prioritizing listening over expression, we create a space where everyone feels valued and respected, promoting more authentic and meaningful communication. By adopting an attitude of genuine listening, we are opening our minds and hearts to the diversity of opinions and experiences around us. This allows us to learn and grow as individuals while also enhancing our ability to relate to others in a more positive and constructive manner. Ultimately, by practicing active listening, we are building bridges of understanding and cooperation that are essential for the construction of more cohesive and supportive communities. In conclusion, the first Stoic principle urges us to be better listeners and to adopt an attitude of openness and understanding towards others. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also decisively contribute to the creation of a world where empathy, understanding, and solidarity are the fundamental pillars of human coexistence, to the value of failure. This principle, deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom, urges us to consider failure not as an obstacle but as a valuable opportunity for growth and development. This teaching, echoing the words of Epicurus, encourages us to view mistakes as necessary steps on the path to excellence. In a society that often stigmatizes failure, this perspective offers a constructive and refreshing approach to diversity. It reminds us that failure does not signal the end of the road, but is an integral part of the learning process. Each stumble provides us with valuable lessons and insights that we otherwise could not acquire. By seeing failure as a teacher rather than an adversary, we transform our relationship with error into a powerful tool for our personal and professional growth. Epicurus wisely urges us to examine our mistakes with curiosity and openness, without falling into excessive judgment or self-criticism. This approach allows us to identify not only where we went wrong, but also how we can improve in the future. It fosters continuous evolution, nurturing the resilience and courage necessary to face new challenges. In summary, this historical principle teaches us to embrace failure as an ally on our growth journey. It encourages us to see each setback as an opportunity for improvement and reminds us that the path to excellence is paved with the lessons learned through our own mistakes. By adopting this mindset, we empower ourselves to move forward with wisdom, resilience, and confidence toward our goals and aspiration. 3. The third principle leads us towards the pursuit of ataraxia, a state of mental serenity that we yearn to attain. This concept, rooted in Stoic philosophy, invites us to find an inner peace that remains unaffected even in the face of life's most challenging adversities. Practicing ataraxia does not involve suppressing or denying our emotions, but rather understanding them, accepting them, and managing them in a rational and serene manner. This journey towards inner serenity begins with the recognition that our emotions are natural responses to the experiences we encounter day by day. Instead of trying to suppress or judge them, we should contemplate them with curiosity and understanding. The core of ataraxia lies in understanding that, although we cannot control external events, we do have the power to control our reactions to them. This implies learning to respond to situations with a clear and balanced mind, rather than reacting impulsively. By practicing mindfulness and reflection, we can establish a healthy distance between ourselves and our automatic responses, choosing to act in accordance with our deepest values and personal goals. Furthermore, the practice of ataraxia is complemented by the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance. Wisdom enables us to discern what truly matters in our lives, focusing our energy on what can make a difference. Courage provides us with the strength needed to face challenges with resilience, maintaining calmness even in moments of fear or uncertainty. Meanwhile, temperance helps us maintain a healthy balance, avoiding excesses that may disturb our mental tranquility. Additionally, the practice of gratitude and acceptance plays a fundamental role in maintaining ataraxia. Being grateful for the lessons and blessings provided by all experiences, and accepting what we cannot change, frees us from the burden of desire and regret, allowing us to embrace a deeper appreciation of life and genuine inner peace. It is important to note that ataraxia does not imply a state of indifference or emotional disconnection, but rather a full and conscious commitment to life, where emotions are fully experienced but do not dictate our actions or define our way of being. It is a delicate balance between fully living each emotion and maintaining calmness and mental clarity amidst emotional storms. Ataraxia allows us to embrace the complexity of human existence without losing sight of our ability to influence our own destiny. In summary, cultivating ataraxia invites us to find that inner peace that transcends external circumstances, providing us with an anchor amidst the tumult of the world. It allows us to live with authenticity, serenity, and fulfillment, freeing us from the weight of unnecessary worries and stress. Ultimately, it empowers us to face life with wisdom and strength. navigating its ups and downs with grace and determination. For the beauty of simplicity. This principle celebrates simplicity as a pathway to a richer and more meaningful life, highlighting the benefits of a less complicated lifestyle focused on the essential. It's not merely about stripping away material possessions or forsaking luxuries, but rather about reevaluating our priorities, values, and how we invest our time and energy. Living simply involves consciously choosing less but of better quality, recognizing that excessive accumulation of material goods often distracts us from what truly matters. By reducing excess and focusing on the essential, we create space for what truly brings us satisfaction and joy, such as meaningful relationships, enriching experiences, personal growth, and contributions to the community. Simplicity also brings clarity of thought and reduces the overload of stimuli and information. In a world saturated with messages and constant demands, opting for simplicity is a way to reclaim mental peace and focus. Whether it's by limiting media consumption, spending time in reflection and meditation, or simply slowing down to appreciate the present moment. Adopting a simple lifestyle doesn't mean giving up comforts and pleasures but finding satisfaction in the most fundamental and enduring things. Choosing simplicity not only involves simplifying our lives, but also redefining our values and priorities to focus on what truly matters. By embracing a simpler, more minimalist lifestyle, we seek a balance between our needs and desires, freeing ourselves from the burden of material accumulation and the constant pursuit of more. Instead of chasing instant gratification and accumulating possessions, we opt to cultivate meaningful relationships, enriching experiences, and a deeper sense of connection with ourselves and others. Furthermore, simplicity invites us to reflect on our daily choices and behaviors, fostering greater awareness and accountability for our actions. By consuming more consciously and reducing waste, we not only care for our own well-being but also positively contribute to the well-being of the environment and the communities around us. At the same time, simplicity teaches us to appreciate what we already have instead of constantly desiring more. By adopting an attitude of gratitude and appreciation for the little things in life, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that transcends the endless pursuit of happiness through consumption and accumulation. In summary, this principle encourages us to embrace simplicity as a means to free ourselves from excess and focus on what truly matters. In doing so, we not only improve our quality of life but also contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. 5. The true spiritual wealth. The fifth principle offers us a valuable reminder about the nature of true wealth. This teaching guides us to recognize that authentic abundance does not reside in material possessions or the accumulation of belongings, but in a content and grateful spirit. It emphasizes the importance of focusing on gratitude for what we have, rather than lamenting what we lack. This perspective invites us to reassess our values and priorities in a culture often dominated by consumerism and the relentless pursuit of more. Stoic wisdom reminds us that true satisfaction comes from within. By cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we already have, we create a state of inner peace and happiness that is not dependent on external circumstances. This principle also encourages us to adopt an attitude of gratitude towards life, valuing and appreciating the tangible and intangible things we already possess, such as relationships, experiences, and personal achievements. By promoting a positive attitude, we enrich our existence in all its aspects, giving us the ability to perceive the world with more generous eyes and deeply appreciate the small joys and everyday miracles around us. By focusing on gratitude and contentment, we build a solid emotional foundation that makes us less vulnerable to adversity and challenges. This stance grants us a protective shield against dissatisfaction and discouragement, as we understand that our happiness and tranquility do not depend on external circumstances, but are the result of an internal process of cultivating a positive and grateful mindset. By adopting this perspective, we strengthen our ability to find joy in the simplest and everyday experiences, nourishing ourselves with the beauty that surrounds us, and cultivating a sense of fulfillment in our daily life. This approach urges us to seek the positive side in every situation, even in the midst of the most difficult challenges. It allows us to stand firm in adversity with a resilient and optimistic mindset. In summary, by promoting this attitude of gratitude and contentment, we not only improve our own quality of life but also inspire others to adopt a similar attitude, thereby creating a more positive and compassionate environment in our community and the world at large. In summary, the fifth Stoic principle encourages us to recognize that true wealth resides in a content and grateful spirit. Practicing gratitude and valuing what we already have frees us from the constant pursuit of more and allows us to find joy and satisfaction in the riches present in our lives. This principle guides us towards a more fulfilling, harmonious, and meaningful existence. 6. Reflection on temporality. The sixth principle invites us to deeply reflect on mortality and the ephemeral nature of life. It urges us to recognize that our time in this world is brief and uncertain, reminding us that every moment is precious and should not be wasted. Instead of seeking to accumulate temporary goods and riches that will not accompany us after death, it advises us to invest our time and energy in enriching our soul and in relationships that uplift and sustain us. Understanding the brevity of time means grasping that every second is an opportunity to grow, learn, and contribute significantly to the world around us. True wealth lies not in what we possess, but in the experiences we live, the lessons we learn, and the connections we establish with other people. This principle encourages us to live consciously and intentionally, seeking activities that bring us genuine joy and lasting satisfaction. It also urges us to build and nurture authentic and meaningful relationships. In a world where interactions often become superficial and fleeting, it reminds us of the importance of cultivating deep and lasting bonds with family, friends, and community, as these relationships are life's true treasures and offer support, love, and companionship in the toughest times. By becoming aware of our mortality, we are motivated to live with more purpose and passion, inspiring us to leave a positive legacy by contributing in some way to a better world. This may mean getting involved in social causes, pursuing creative projects, or simply spreading kindness and compassion in our daily lives. The sixth principle invites us to engage in a profound process of introspection and self-evaluation, leading us to question our beliefs, values, and priorities. This reflection provides us with the opportunity to closely examine our choices and actions, challenging us to align our lives with what we truly value and are driven by. This process of personal transformation not only enriches our own existence, but also has a significant impact on the world around us. Living according to our deepest values inspires others to do the same, thus creating a positive ripple effect that extends far beyond our own lives. Every step we take on this journey of self-discovery and authenticity contributes to the creation of a more compassionate, inclusive, and meaningful society. Our actions and choices not only shape our own destiny, but also influence the course of history, generating waves of positive impact that can reach every corner of the earth. Ultimately, the sixth principle reminds us of the transformative power that resides within us and motivates us to use it for the well-being of all beings. 7. Humility and learning. The seventh principle highlights humility as a fundamental pillar on the path to continuous learning. It invites us to recognize that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn and new perspectives to explore. This principle suggests that true wisdom does not reside in accumulating knowledge, but in maintaining an open and receptive mind to the infinite possibilities of growth and understanding. Humility in learning involves understanding that our current knowledge is limited and temporary, and that the world around us is constantly evolving. It means being willing to question our beliefs and prejudices, as well as being open to unlearning what we believe to be true. By doing so, we create space for new information and ideas, expanding our worldview and enriching our understanding. This principle encourages us not only to seek new knowledge, but also to value the opinions and perspectives of others. It recognizes that each person has something valuable to contribute, and that the diversity of thoughts and experiences enriches the learning process. By practicing humility, we learn to actively listen and consider different viewpoints, an essential aspect for personal and collective growth. Humility, besides being a virtue in itself, acts as a guiding light on our path to personal growth and constant improvement. It allows us to recognize our limitations and mistakes without feeling ashamed or discouraged, but rather as opportunities to grow and evolve. By embracing humility in our learning process, we embark on an exciting journey of self-discovery and expansion. This quest invites us to delve more deeply into ourselves and the world around us, exploring the vastness and depth of the human experience. Every mistake becomes an opportunity to learn and improve, every failure a lesson that propels us forward. By adopting this humble mindset, we become more resilient and adaptable, capable of facing life's challenges with calmness and determination. This attitude allows us to embrace life with curiosity and openness, constantly seeking new ways to grow and enrich ourselves. It invites us to cultivate a receptive and flexible mind, ready to learn from every experience and encounter. Ultimately, embracing humility and learning leads us to a life of continuous exploration and growth. It helps us find beauty and meaning in every moment, and allows us to navigate the complexity of existence with grace and acceptance. The eighth principle addresses essential personal responsibility and the vital importance of surrounding ourselves with people who motivate us to achieve and maintain the best version of ourselves. It reminds us that as individuals, we have the power and obligation to make decisions that shape our lives and influence those around us. It emphasizes that being the best version of oneself is not a solitary journey, but one enriched and expanded by the company and support of others. Personal responsibility is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment that invites us to take control of our lives with determination and clarity. By accepting this responsibility, we recognize that we are the primary architects of our destiny and that our actions, thoughts, and emotions have a significant impact on our well-being and that of those around us. This principle urges us to cultivate self-awareness, to look inward, and examine our choices with honesty and sincerity. It challenges us to reflect on our deepest values and goals and to act consistently with them in all facets of our lives. By taking personal responsibility, we also embrace the idea of learning from our mistakes and turning them into opportunities for growth and transformation. Instead of blaming others or external circumstances for our challenges, we commit to taking positive steps to improve and evolve as individuals. This proactive approach empowers us to make informed and conscious decisions that bring us closer to our goals and aspiration. It frees us from victimhood and puts us in the driver's seat of our own lives, ready to face challenges with courage and determination. Furthermore, it highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us and challenge us to grow, whether they are mentors, friends, family, or colleagues. These individuals serve as mirrors that reflect our own possibilities and encourage us to pursue our dreams with determination and ethics. Their presence in our lives creates an enriching environment that facilitates personal growth and evolution. The ninth principle addresses a crucial aspect of the human experience: guilt. It urges us to avoid the paralyzing trap of guilt and, instead, take responsibility for our actions in a constructive manner. This principle recognizes that while guilt may arise as a natural response to mistakes and failures, remaining in this state can be harmful and hinder personal growth. Instead of being consumed by guilt, we are encouraged to adopt a more proactive and positive approach. If guilt is not properly addressed, it can plunge us into a cycle of negativity that affects both our self-esteem and our ability to move forward. The ninth principle reminds us that everyone makes mistakes, but what is crucial is how we react to them. Instead of getting trapped in guilt, we should learn from our actions and use the knowledge to improve. This process involves recognizing our mistakes, understanding their consequences, and taking corrective action to avoid repeating them in the future. Taking responsibility is a vital step on this path, involving an honest and objective evaluation of our actions and their repercussions, without making excuses or blaming others. This acceptance is not self-flagellation, but a mature acknowledgement that serves as a starting point for positive change. Furthermore, the principle suggests that we should replace guilt with constructive reflection and positive action. Instead of mentally punishing ourselves for our mistakes, we should adopt a compassionate perspective that propels us towards continuous improvement and repairing any harm caused. This loving approach towards ourselves involves taking concrete steps to amend our mistakes, whether it's offering sincere apologies, making refunds if necessary, or committing to change our behavior to avoid making the same mistake in the future. Self-compassion plays a fundamental role in this process, as it allows us to treat our own shortcomings with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a loved one in a similar situation. Knowing and accepting our humanity and imperfections helps us cultivate understanding and forgiveness towards ourselves, paving the way for healing and personal growth. By freeing ourselves from the chains of guilt and self-blame, we can embrace a more positive and responsible attitude towards life. This act of self-compassion allows us to learn and grow from our experiences, turning our mistakes into opportunities for learning and growth. In doing so, we embark on a journey towards a more fulfilling and authentic life, where constant evolution and improvement are the norm, and where love and compassion towards ourselves are the foundation of our emotional and spiritual well-being, as well as our relationships. The 10th principle offers us a powerful reflection on the nature of our reactions and how they shape the course of our lives. It reinforces the idea that while we may not be able to control all the events that happen to us, we have the power to choose how to respond to them. This principle suggests that it is in our responses to adversity where the true power to determine our destiny lies. It acknowledges that life is filled with challenges and setbacks, and although we cannot avoid them, we can choose how to approach them. The central aim of this principle is to transform challenges into opportunities for growth and improvement. It also emphasizes the importance of adopting a positive and resilient attitude towards difficulties. It doesn't mean ignoring pain or hardships, but facing them with courage and optimism. Instead of being overwhelmed by negative emotions, we can seek lessons in every experience and use the learning to move forward with greater wisdom and strength. Similarly, the 10th principle encourages us to seek support when needed. Although our reactions are personal, it is not necessary to face our struggles alone. The help of friends, family, or professionals can provide new perspectives and resources to cope with adversities more effectively. As we develop our ability to respond constructively to adversities, we begin to experience profound and positive changes in different aspects of our lives. With each challenge we face, we are compelled to make more conscious decisions aligned with our deepest values. This process of self-discovery and personal growth leads us on a journey of continuous transformation, where every obstacle becomes an opportunity to strengthen ourselves and move towards a more meaningful and satisfying life. By embracing this principle, we commit to facing adversities with a positive and resilient mindset. Instead of succumbing to discouragement or fear, we choose to address challenges with courage and optimism, trusting in our ability to overcome any obstacle that comes our way. This proactive approach allows us to turn every adversity into a stepping stone for growth and success, transforming trials into opportunities for learning and empowerment. Furthermore, by adopting an attitude of awareness and bravery in the face of adversities, we inspire those around us to do the same. Our positive actions and attitudes become a beacon of hope and strength for others, creating an atmosphere of support and solidarity in our communities and social circles. In this way, we not only improve our own lives but also contribute to the well-being and resilience of those around us. In summary, the Stoic 10th principle challenges us to embrace adversities as opportunities to grow and evolve. By facing challenges with awareness, courage, and optimism, we transform each obstacle into a step towards a higher and more rewarding destiny, not only for ourselves but also for those we touch with our actions and attitudes. The 10th principle highlights the crucial importance of fulfilling our duties and responsibilities, always acting with integrity and dedication. This principle reminds us of the impact that our actions and decisions have on our lives, as well as on those around us and society in general. It urges us to live according to high standards of conduct, taking responsibility for our actions and commitments. Fulfilling duty involves recognizing and honoring our obligations to ourselves, to others, and to the community at large. This goes beyond simply meeting explicit expectations, also including adherence to a personal code of ethics that guides us in all our interactions and choices. It means being reliable, keeping our promises, and being present both physically and emotionally for those who depend on us. Acting with integrity means being consistent in our words and actions, maintaining an attitude of honesty and fairness even when no one is watching. Integrity involves living according to the principles of morality and ethics that we value, even when doing the right thing is the hardest option. Dedication goes beyond just committing to our tasks and responsibilities. It also implies a deep commitment to ourselves and to others. By applying effort and passion to our goals and relationships, we demonstrate an unwavering commitment to our personal growth and the well-being of those around us. This approach drives us to persevere through challenges and constantly seek ways to improve and positively contribute to the world we share. Personal responsibility is a fundamental aspect of dedication. Recognizing that our actions have a significant impact on others and the environment around us motivates us to act consciously and ethically at all times. By taking responsibility for our decisions and behaviors, we become agents of positive change in our community and the world at large. Dedication challenges us to stand firm in our values and principles, even when faced with difficulties or temptations. By cultivating a strong work ethic and a constant commitment to what is just and right, we contribute to the building of a fair, more equitable, and more compassionate society. In summary, dedication and personal responsibility go hand in hand in the pursuit of a meaningful and satisfying life. By committing to give our best in all areas of our lives and taking responsibility for our actions, we can make a positive difference in the world and leave a lasting legacy of integrity, honesty, and commitment. The 12th principle emphasizes the importance of self-mastery and emotional autonomy, highlighting the need to develop the ability to remain calm in the face of others' attitudes or behaviors. This principle urges us to cultivate emotional maturity and inner strength, encouraging us to maintain serenity even amidst external difficulties. Self-mastery involves the ability to regulate our own emotions, thoughts, and actions, especially in challenging situations. It means maintaining calmness and composure in the face of criticism, rejection, or hostility, and responding with mindfulness rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional autonomy goes beyond self-mastery, implying the development of internal independence where our peace and well-being are not dependent on the actions or opinions of others. We recognize our exclusive responsibility for our own emotions and have the capacity to maintain our inner balance regardless of external circumstances. This principle teaches us to understand that people's reactions are often more about themselves than about us, which helps us not to personalize every word or action directed towards us. Instead of yielding to anger, resentment, or sadness, we can choose to approach the situation with understanding, compassion, and an open mind. The development of self-mastery and emotional autonomy requires practice and patience, involving techniques such as mindfulness, deep reflection, therapy, and seeking greater self-awareness. It also entails learning to establish healthy boundaries and distance ourselves from toxic situations or relationships that disturb our inner peace. The 12th principle does not promote indifference or a lack of concern for others. On the contrary, by achieving greater emotional stability, we are better prepared to offer support, empathy, and genuine understanding. This allows us to be present and available for others in a healthier and more effective manner. The 13th principle alerts us to the potential risks of abundance, offering a critical look at wealth and its consequences. It acknowledges that while wealth is desired and valued, it can distort our moral values and lead us away from life's true joys. This principle reminds us of the importance of maintaining vigilance and moderation in situations of material abundance. It does not belittle wealth itself, but warns us of the danger of it becoming the center of our lives, overshadowing essential aspects such as personal relationships, personal development, and contributing to the common good. Wealth may tempt us with the promise of happiness and security, but these promises are often fleeting and deceptive. The Stoics teach us through this principle that true joy and satisfaction do not come from the accumulation of material possessions, but from living a life guided by virtue, purpose, and harmony with nature and others. Wealth, when possessed, should be seen as a means to achieve noble goals and not as an end in itself. This approach also encourages the practice of moderation and gratitude, recognizing that fortune is fleeting and that true wealth lies in character and human relationships. By valuing what we already have, we protect ourselves against dissatisfaction and the constant pursuit of more, a cycle that often leaves us empty and discontented. In summary, the Stoic 13th principle alerts us to the risks of wealth and calls us to seek a more balanced and meaningful life. It urges us to remain vigilant about our desires and aspiration, ensuring that the pursuit of material abundance does not lead us away from the true sources of happiness and fulfillment. In doing so, we can live more authentically, centered, and rewarding lives. The 14th principle highlights the incomparable value of friendship, emphasizing that authentic and meaningful relationships far surpass any kind of material wealth. It reminds us that while material possessions may provide temporary comfort, true friends offer lasting and meaningful support, comfort, and companionship in our lives. Friendship is presented as one of the purest forms of human connection. True friends accept us as we are, share our joys and sorrows, and are present in times of need. They are a source of joy, inspiration, and comfort, and often help us overcome life's most challenging obstacles. This principle urges us to value and cultivate these relationships, recognizing that the quality of our friendships is one of the most genuine indicators of a fulfilling and satisfying life. In addition to highlighting the importance of friendship, it also motivates us to reflect on how we prioritize our lives. In a world that often defines success in terms of material accumulation, this principle reminds us that true wealth lies in human connections and shared love. It challenges us to consider what we truly value and to seek a healthier balance between material pursuits and the cultivation of rich and meaningful relationships. The support and comfort provided by friends are invaluable. They are able to understand our struggles, offer wise advice, and provide a different perspective when we cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. In times of crisis, it is our friends who offer us a shoulder to cry on. And in times of celebration, they are the ones who share our laughter and joy. Cultivating true friendships is an enriching process that provides us with a deep and meaningful connection to others. It requires dedication, commitment, and a genuine willingness to nurture and strengthen these relationships over time. It involves actively being present in the lives of our friends, showing genuine interest in their experiences, feelings, and needs. Furthermore, cultivating true friendships involves developing effective communication skills, learning to listen with empathy and understanding, and expressing our own emotions and thoughts clearly and sincerely. This creates an atmosphere of trust and openness in which our friendships can flourish and grow. Being a true friend also involves acting with kindness and consideration towards others, offering unconditional support in both good and bad times, and being there when we are most needed. It means being a pillar of strength and support for those around us, demonstrating love, compassion, and respect at all times. In summary, cultivating true friendships is a rewarding process that requires time, effort, and commitment. However, the rewards of having genuine and meaningful friendships are invaluable, as they provide us with joy, comfort, support, and companionship throughout our lives. The 15th principle, acceptance, highlights the essential wisdom for well-being and inner peace. It teaches us the importance of directing our energy and attention towards what we can control, while learning to accept what is beyond our ability to change. This teaching is fundamental for reducing stress and anxiety in our lives, promoting a more tranquil and balanced existence. Focusing on what we can control involves recognizing and taking responsibility for our own actions, words, and thoughts. Often, we waste time and energy worrying about circumstances or decisions made by others that are beyond our control. This principle encourages us to redirect that effort towards areas where we can truly make a difference, such as our attitudes, choices, and behaviors. By doing so, we not only improve our own situation, but also become positive examples for others. On the other hand, accepting what is beyond our reach involves acknowledging that there are aspects of life, such as the actions of others, certain outcomes, and global events, that we simply cannot change. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity, but rather understanding reality clearly and objectively, without allowing it to emotionally disturb or dominate us. By accepting the uncontrollable, we release the attention and stress that come from fighting against reality, and open ourselves to respond in more adaptive and creative ways. The practice of acceptance is a transformative journey that invites us to dive into our inner world with curiosity and openness. By integrating mindfulness and meditation techniques into our daily life, we cultivate a deep connection with the present moment and a greater awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. These practices provide us with powerful tools to observe our internal reactions without judgment, allowing us to fully embrace our experience as it is, with compassion and acceptance. In doing so, we release the burden of resistance and internal struggle and open ourselves to the possibility of finding peace and serenity in any situation. Recognizing and respecting the limits of our control allows us to develop greater mental and emotional flexibility. It helps us let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and to trust in the natural process of existence. This attitude enables us to face life's challenges with a calmer and more determined mind, cultivating the inner strength necessary to navigate the turbulent waters of change and uncertainty. By adopting this approach, we not only find more peace and balance in our day-to-day lives, but also prepare ourselves to face uncertainties and difficulties in a healthier and more productive manner. This principle is the key to unlocking a more serene and fulfilling life, filled with acceptance, resilience, and concentration on the present. The 16th principle is optimism with the future. This principle powerfully reminds us that even in difficult times, there are valuable opportunities for progress and growth. It urges us to adopt an optimistic perspective, seeking to find benefits and lessons in all situations, especially those marked by adversity. This principle not only drives us to overcome obstacles, but also to transform them into stepping stones to reach higher levels of fulfillment and understanding. Seeing adversity as an opportunity requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of a challenging situation, we are invited to seek the potential for learning and empowerment it can offer. Every challenge carries within it the seed of improvement and personal development. By facing problems with courage and determination, we can develop skills, gain new perspectives, and strengthen our character. Additionally, this principle highlights the importance of resilience and flexibility. Resilience allows us to quickly recover from adversities, maintaining a positive attitude and the willingness to keep trying. On the other hand, flexibility enables us to adapt our strategies and approaches as needed. Embracing change as part of the growth process prepares us to face life's uncertainties and extract value from every experience. Moreover, this principle invites us to exercise wisdom and serenity by accepting what we cannot control. Recognizing and accepting what is beyond our control is not a sign of weakness or resignation, but of maturity and understanding. By focusing on our own behavior and how we respond to situations, we give ourselves a valuable opportunity to exercise our freedom and influence meaningfully. This approach encourages us to direct our energy and attention towards the development of ethical behavior and conscious decision-making that aligns with our deepest values. By accepting what is beyond our control, we free ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations and the constant need to control everything. This attitude of acceptance provides us with a sense of lightness and allows us to approach life with greater calmness and mental clarity, significantly reducing levels of stress and anxiety that may arise along the way. In summary, this principle is an invitation to embrace life with openness and serenity. By accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what is within our reach, we can live more balanced and peaceful lives, cultivating resilience, compassion, and wisdom as we navigate the world. This principle serves as a compass that guides us through life's storms, reminding us that although we cannot control the wind, we can adjust our sails. The 17th principle, relationship with your environment, is an invitation to establish a deep connection with oneself and the world around us. Living in harmony with nature entails much more than simply appreciating the natural environment. It also encompasses understanding our own nature and our role in the natural order of the universe. This principle begins with profound self-awareness, inviting us to explore our true identities without masks or social expectations. By understanding our passions, fears, and desires, we can align our actions with our true essence, living authentically and fully. Furthermore, it encourages us to recognize and respect our own physical and emotional limits. Understanding and accepting these limits help us work in harmony with our nature, leading to a more balanced and less resistant existence. Living in accordance with nature also involves understanding that we are part of something greater. We recognize that every living being has its own role and contribution to the global ecosystem, leading us to a greater appreciation and respect for the natural world and all forms of life. This principle reminds us that life is a continuous cycle of growth, change, and renewal, similar to the changing of seasons and the adaptation of nature. By accepting and embracing changes in our lives, we find natural opportunities for evolution and learning, leading us to greater peace and satisfaction. In summary, this principle invites us to live in harmony with our essence and the world around us. By recognizing and respecting our own nature and the nature that surrounds us, we can live more authentically, balanced, and consciously. The 18th principle, virtue, serves as a guide for a life of contentment and deep meaning. The path of virtue is sufficient. It emphasizes that true happiness and satisfaction are not found in material possessions or fleeting pleasures, but in the cultivation and practice of essential virtues. Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are not only admirable qualities but also pillars for a well-lived life. Wisdom, as a fundamental virtue, transcends simply discerning between right and wrong. It also involves the ability to appreciate the complexity of situations and make decisions that reflect a deep and holistic understanding of reality. It invites us to consider the long-term implications of our actions and to prioritize what truly matters rather than fulfilling momentary desires or fleeting impulses. In this sense, wisdom guides us towards a more authentic and meaningful life, where our choices are aligned with our deepest values and contribute to both personal and collective flourishing. Courage, on the other hand, is not limited solely to facing external or physical challenges, but also involves having the moral courage to defend our convictions and principles, even when faced with opposition or criticism. It challenges us to be authentic and true to ourselves even in times of uncertainty or adversity, and to persevere with determination and strength in the pursuit of our higher goals and aspiration. Lastly, temperance is not just about exercising self-control over our desires and passions, but also about cultivating a healthy and balanced relationship with ourselves and the world around us. It urges us to find the middle ground between excessive indulgence and deprivation, and to live consciously and deliberately, avoiding extremes and maintaining harmony in all areas of our lives. By practicing temperance, we learn to enjoy the pleasures of life in moderation and to develop greater self-awareness and self-discipline, leading us to experience a more enduring sense of well-being and fulfillment. The 19th principle, virtues, reminds us of the importance of transcending the pursuit of ephemeral satisfaction through possessions and pleasures, recognizing that the true source of joy and purpose lies in a virtuous life. Practicing virtues not only enriches our lives, but also has a positive impact on the well-being and happiness of those around us. Embracing this virtuous path entails a constant commitment to personal growth and learning, which requires deep reflection, self-criticism, and a willingness to confront our limitations and weaknesses. As we progress on this journey, we discover an invaluable source of happiness and genuine satisfaction that endures over time and provides us with a sense of lasting fulfillment and accomplishment. This principle acts as a beacon that illuminates our path through life's challenges and uncertainties, reminding us that what truly matters lies in the choices we make about who we are and how we decide to live each day. The 20th principle, avoiding attachment, is a Stoic advice suggesting not to cling rigidly to a single hope or aspiration. This wise teaching proposes diversifying dreams and goals as a means to achieve greater flexibility and resilience in a constantly changing world. This approach allows us to better adapt to new circumstances and find satisfaction in various areas of life. It recognizes that fixation on a single goal or dream can lead to emotional and mental fragility. When all our energy and hope are concentrated on one aspiration, we become vulnerable to the vicissitudes of luck and fate. If we fail to achieve the goal, we may feel lost or disillusioned, unable to see other opportunities and possibilities around us. By expanding our horizons and diversifying our goals and aspiration, we build a network of emotional and psychological security that provides us with stability and optimism, even in times of adversity. We understand that although one path may close, we will always have other options to achieve fulfillment and satisfaction in our lives. This flexibility grants us an invaluable capacity to adapt to changes and face challenges with greater serenity and ease. By embracing a variety of interests and goals, we enrich our life experience significantly. Each dream we pursue provides us with unique opportunities for learning and personal growth, allowing us to develop a broader range of skills and knowledge. This diversity empowers us to contribute more meaningfully to the world around us, as we can contribute from different perspectives and abilities. Furthermore, by exploring a wide range of objectives, we strengthen our resilience and ability to recover. We learn to adapt to changing circumstances and find new ways to move forward, even when facing unexpected obstacles. By diversifying our goals and aspiration, we build a solid foundation for our emotional well-being and personal fulfillment. This variety provides us not only with greater stability and adaptability, but also with a wealth of experiences and growth opportunities that enrich our lives and enable us to contribute more meaningfully to the world around us. In summary, this Stoic principle encourages us to look beyond a single hope or aspiration and embrace diversity in our life goals. This approach provides us with greater resilience in the face of uncertainty, allowing us to find joy and satisfaction in multiple facets of our existence. In doing so, we cultivate a richer, more dynamic, and more fulfilling life. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment so that YouTube knows that this type of content helps people like you, and we can continue creating similar videos in the future.